Hello and welcome to the Smash Direct for January 16th. We're going to find out who the final character is very soon. We got about 3 minutes left till it starts, maybe a little bit more if they start a little bit late. I'm like 99% it's Dante, but that could be the internet hype machine having hyped me up for the fact that it's Dante. I hope it's Dante. I think Dante would be really cool with style switching and everything. And especially because, like, there are some people that are really mad at the idea of Dante, thinking he's like an edgy anime character, and I think it would be cool to let them see who Dante really is. I think that would be really interesting. If it's not Dante, though, Pat's hoping for Knuckles. I really don't think it'll be Knuckles. He's actually really hoping for Sly Cooper, which would be kind of cool to see like a Sony character come in. So we got our first one was technically a Sony character, I suppose. Joker, an Atlas character for the first character in the first pack. And then following that, we got Hero, I think, was next. Because Piranha Plant was announced about the same place. And then Banjo. Or was it Banjo and then Hero? Like they were kind of right around the same time. And then Terry. So we got Atlas, Square, we got Rare, and we got SNK, basically, Fatal Fury. Yeah, I don't know. If it's not Dante or a Capcom character, I don't know what it'll. There's a lot of people also hoping for Sora. It would be really weird to me to give Square two character slots in this pack, but Square is a big company, especially in Japan, so it's possible that they could go that way, you know? There's also people that think the three might be for three houses, and it'll be a lord from three houses, most likely Edelgard if it was going to be, or Byleth if it was going to be any of them. I don't think that's the case, personally, mostly because, again, these were supposed to be third-party characters. It's entirely possible that Sakurai is just going to go, nah, three is actually for three new characters that I'm unveiling today. Ha 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 ha. You never saw that coming, did you? And if that is the case, then he is correct. I never did see that coming. I don't know. There's a lot of off-the-wall picks that people are shooting for as well, and there could be some really crazy stuff here, but I really think it's going to be Dante. I think with the Devil May Cry stuff being today as well, where it got revealed that style switching, freestyle mode has been added to Devil May Cry 3 on the Switch when it comes out, I think it's probably going to be Dante. The dates line up a little too well for me. If it is Dante, I hope that we get skin choices so that we have like DMC1, DMC3, DMC4, and DMC5 Dante. I guess DMC2 Dante, but... And then give us one that has the Faust hat. Or make it a part of his moveset where he can hat people. Here we go. We're going. We're going.
Hello everyone, I'm Masahiro Sakurai, director of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate from Sora Limited. We'll be using today's showcase to give you a first look.
No
at the
pre-announcement
next
for this
DLC
one.
Fighter. Actually, hardly anyone knows what we'll be announcing today, even among Nintendo staff worldwide. The development team and other stakeholders have been working on this fighter with the utmost secrecy, which means other Nintendo staff around the globe will only start making preparations for release after the showcase has been broadcast.
I'm really excited for
So
this.
it won't be available right away. Please understand that it will take a little time. I think even many Nintendo employees will be surprised to see this and say, wow, really?
Trying to get my
So,
mic
let's all
stand
share
out
in
of
the fun
frame.
getting our hands on the
So I guess I'm
latest
going to lean
information.
over this way now.
However, even if you say, that's not the character I was picturing, I hope you don't have any hard feelings.
Well, I mean,
We prepared a
there's
fighter
still like
reveal
more
video.
packs,
Once it
so
starts, I think you'll figure out who it is pretty quickly.
yeah, there's still more packs to
Now,
come,
let's
so
do this.
everybody should just calm down. Three houses. Okay. Okay. Again, I thought it was all... I mean, I guess Intelligent Systems is another company. And I'm okay with Byleth. What if Dante just shows up here, though? Like, what if, you know? Also, this is kind of spoilery for Three Houses. We're gonna bump the game audio or the audio.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? As you and I are one, I too am
Yeah, this
trapped
is kind of
within this world.
spoilery.
In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die?
Oh, the third option is gonna be go to Smash, just like Corrin, right?
I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice.
What if it's
You
not
must
Byleth?
Join Smash.
What? Okay, yeah, it's gonna be Byleth. I was like, what if though?
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
I like how they kept the low FPS of the cutscenes in Three Houses as well. Okay, that's pretty good. Byleth joins Smash House.
So joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself.
Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, that music! Yes! Give me that remix of Edge of Dawn, man. And then an Academy stage? I'm down. Yeah, Byleth with the Sword of the Conqueror is like, that's a really cool choice, honestly. It's not Dante, but still really cool.
So you return, and sooner than expected. I see. Too many swordsmen, are there? And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Wait, can Byleth class change?
So that is how you plan to win the day? So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Can Byleth class change? And use the other weapons?
How is this?
Byleth recruits Byleth. Yes!
Oh,
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Yes!
With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
Now this, because like I could already hear the complaints from people about how it's just another anime swordsman, right? That's the complaint people were saying about Dante maybe being added. And like this is the way to handle that.
Along with the sword of the creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Nice. Okay. Battalions.
Your will and mine be now as one.
What's the final smash?
To you, both sides of time are revealed.
Okay, it's the combat art.
Show
Final
the
Heaven.
world.
A ruptured heaven. Never used that combat art much because it used all of the uses, or not all of them, but it used a lot of uses off the Sword of the Creator. Sakurai.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the
I
battle.
mean, we expected that it would get a Fire Emblem Three Houses character at
was
some
released
point.
just last summer, so it's still very new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros.
I'm down for
Ultimate.
that, honestly.
This release is planned for January 28th.
Oh,
You'll
wow,
have instant
okay.
access if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things. So don't
Knowledge of the
worry.
fighter is nice, but not required. Yeah.
First off, what is Fire
Uh-oh.
Emblem?
Uh-oh. Green screen's dying.
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you. So please be careful. The
Poor
series'
Sakurai.
First entry launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990.
Yeah.
You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games.
Oh, that
You
means
might
we're
be
gonna get
wondering what
other
makes it
songs from
so
Three Houses too.
tactical. Well, it's tactical in that it simulates combat.
Man, I want.
You can think of it
Oh,
as
if we get a
moving
remix of
pieces
God
in
Shattering
Warhammer,
Star.
or in other words,
Oh my
a game in
gosh.
which you advance units across a grid and battle. When we
I
talk
do
about
like how
tactical
Sakurai
games
is just
of that
explaining
era,
all
there
this.
were lots of ones in which you command tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character,
Yeah.
sort of like in role-playing games.
Yeah.
Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die.
Yeah. It's pretty insane
It's
when
pretty
you think
direct
about it.
language, though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again. Recent entries in the series maintain this concept of permadeath to some degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak.
Yeah.
In the older games, your units would really be gone, never to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack.
Yeah.
It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem Fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game.
Yeah.
First
That's a
comes your
cool
opponent's
reason to do
They
it.
attack
I still
and you
don't like
counter.
all of them having
Next
counters, but
comes
that's a
your
cool
turn.
reason to do it.
And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
Yeah.
People who aren't Japanese in particular might be thinking, 17 games? There are that many? Well, if you include
Some of them
Fire
are
Emblem
remakes.
Heroes in the remakes, but
Yeah.
you don't include the Satellaview game, Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games. Let's
I
try
feel
playing
like there's
them
gonna be
in
a
the
lot
Fire
of
Emblem
people
Can you say a challenge?
Disappointed by this, honestly.
I'll give it a
but-
try.
Yeah. Shadow Dragon and Blade of Light, Gaiden, Mystery of the Emblem, Genealogy of the Holy War, Thirteen 776, Binding Blade, Blazing Sword, Sacred Stones, Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn. The next one was Shadow Dragon. Yep. Then it was New Mystery of the Emblem. Then it was Awakening. Then it was Echoes. Then Fate. 3 Houses. Yeah.
So, you saw how I was counting in a weird way, right? I was counting in binary.
Oh, okay.
This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2. Then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So
I
this
like.
would
I
be 4,
personally
5,
like this
6,
Sakurai
7,
just
and-
talking, showing off cool
and
stuff.
then you get 16.
But they're like, this is
One,
supposed
you
to.
get
People
20.
got up early for this, Mr. Sakurai,
Awesome, isn't it?
to be able to. I mean, yes, I get 17. That's cool.
You can
Don't get me
actually
wrong.
count up to 31
But
on
people
one hand.
got here early, got up
And if you
early
use
to
both
watch
hands, you can
Smash
count all the
footage,
way up
Mr.
to
Sakurai.
1023. If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire Emblem Three Houses? In Japanese, the male version of the main character is called Bereto, and the female version
Yeah.
is called Beresu. But in English, they share the same name, Byleth. Byleth becomes a professor who ends up leading one of 3 academic houses. Once you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses.
It's a good game.
After
It's a
certain
very,
incident,
very
5
good game.
years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle
Okay,
against
we're
the
just
other
going.
houses
We're talking
and their
straight about
legions.
time skip stuff. Okay.
It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you. To understand the concept of Fire Emblem Three Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release. I've done the same thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example. Because I couldn't wait until launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time. For that title, I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time, I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
Okay. Because you already have a
I
Zelda,
did the
right?
same
I
this
get it.
time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it.
Sure.
And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference.
Right, because you played a pre-release.
The game has multiple routes, and the outcome of each is
It's music,
very
man.
different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid spoilers when I'm talking about the fighter. I hope you'll understand. Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such, so we're filming 2 months in advance of this video's release. Right now, it's actually November.
Wow.
Therefore,
Okay.
some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version.
So that's why they didn't do any special
As
teas
always,
or anything
I'm
like that.
using a special
Because they had
in-game
already
camera and
recorded this.
such
I wonder
for
why they held
demonstration
on to it for so
purposes.
long then.
Here I go.
Wonder why they held on to it for so long.
So, this is our new fighter, Byleth.
I want to hear all these remixes, man. Give me some
Sadly,
great
they're lacking in
remixes.
mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for that.
Green screen is just
Throws are
dying
not
on
their
me
strong
back here.
point either. Their grab lacks range.
Okay.
But actually, you could say that they're distance demon. The hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears in Fire Emblem Three Houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks,
Nice.
down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip. They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves.
All right.
For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies in the air.
I like it.
For their up air attack, they'll wave the whip sword overhead. The hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
Yeah.
The up special move is really something. The sword extends like this,
Okay.
allowing you to do things like this.
That's nice. That's going to be
It
handy.
was pretty terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
And it spikes?
you
Okay.
can do awful things like this. That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
And then after that percentage, it'll spike instead of going
Exceed
up.
that percentage and you'll need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge. I've already shown
Nice.
this, but you can also use it to latch onto edges.
Nice.
So that's the up special.
I like it.
Now, for the sideways inputs. This is Erdvar,
Yep.
the same name as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
Yep. Dimitri's.
First, we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see, they have a long reach. Like so.
Nice.
Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
Yeah. He's the aerial king, you could say. Him and Fox.
If Byleth
Sheik,
does
I
the
guess.
same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able to
Nice.
beat it. Next, the side smash attack. This also has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
Wow. Okay.
Also, if you add an upward tilt, it will be stronger.
All right.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
Okay. Interesting.
By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful.
Okay.
The shaft part is weaker,
It makes sense. It's a lance.
so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far. That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward.
Yeah. So that you get the maximum
Or
stab
downward
on
in
it.
this case.
Yeah.
Next, the side special move.
Okay.
Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach.
Yeah, it looked like
For
it.
example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
Byleth is gonna be a monster, man.
Actually, you can do a smash attack to charge forward a little, like this. But as you'd expect,
It
can
seems
be
really
easily
good.
shielded, so be
Yeah.
careful.
Or they could dodge out of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Use it in midair and you'll carve up a large
Oh.
area.
Byleth looks like he's gonna be
Returning
really
to the side air
good.
attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, for the downward input.
Okay, so this is axe.
For these,
Amir,
Byleth will
or
use
aim.
an axe called Emir.
Yeah.
It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack.
Nice.
Really is strong. You can try for a meteor effect with this
Nice.
attack. Next is the down smash attack.
Okay.
A heavy swing of the axe back and forth. As you can see, it has a great deal of launch power.
I wish it's just a little thing. I
And
wish
for the
whatever
down
weapon you
special,
used last was the one that he was still holding.
Byleth channels all their energy into a devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes
But
it
then you'd have
different.
to make like 4 idle poses, so I could get
When
it.
readying the
but-
move, there's a super armor effect,
Oh.
which allows you to withstand an attack. Just so you know, if you execute a Falcon Punch at about the same time,
Oh, okay. All right.
it's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect, you have the advantage,
Man, that green screen is just dying on me.
unless you get grabbed. Another notable aspect is that it lets you pass through platforms.
Okay.
While you're charging up, you can breeze past platforms like this to reach a lower area.
That's interesting,
It won't
actually.
let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack.
Oh.
Also, you can turn around during the move. The swing takes a while, so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction. Even though it can be hard to land a hit with this move, it can be really effective when used against a group of opponents.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little. It's as if the quaking of the ground launches them.
I like it. I like it a lot.
By the way, earlier I talked a little bit about the other Fire Emblem characters' moves. I don't recommend using this down special against fighters from the Fire Emblem series, because you'll just get loads of counters.
Yeah. Because it has that
It
big
hits
build
with
up.
that much power in a single attack. Counters can actually multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could
Yeah.
just get you hit by counter after counter.
It makes sense.
Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail
Fail Not,
which
yeah.
shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table.
Yep.
It only appears in a few neutral moves. You've got the neutral air attack. This attack is similar
You do
to a move
clawed
of Pit's
spin.
and other fighters like him. It lets you spin the weapon around. It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
How many hits was that? Was it 3
And
or
with the
4?
neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow. It seems pretty straightforward, right? But there are a few noteworthy aspects to this bow. First, the biggest difference between this bow and Link's is that once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready.
Arrows can't be
You
released
can't
until the
release
charge
it
is
partway
complete.
through the charge, so when it does
Okay.
fire, the arrow travels at high speed.
So you could
It's
either
also
fire it
very
or
powerful.
charge it, but you can't. You
That
can't
said,
cancel
you can
out
still
of it.
cancel out of the stance
But you can't
using the
shield. Okay.
button.
But you can't just roll
You
away.
can also change direction while in the stance.
Oh,
It
alright.
works up until this point, but if you keep holding the button, you'll unleash a
Aha!
powerful arrow that looks like a beam of light.
Alright.
You can perform this move by keeping the button held down. You charge up power like so, charge a bit more, and then fire.
Yeah.
But again, you'll need to take care when using this move.
Because you can't just
For
dash
one,
out of
when
it.
you've powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it. Not even with the shield button. In other words, you're committed to firing it.
Yeah.
So you see, a situation like this is pretty terrible.
Yeah, because there's nothing you can do. Yeah.
Once you've entered the stance, you won't be able to do anything. Which means it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect.
Yeah.
But you could always just aim into the fray, as it is, after all, a long-range move.
I like
you
it.
Deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon.
Sure.
Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In
Yeah,
the original
Ruptured
game,
Heaven,
there's
that's
a
what
move
it's called.
Ruptured Heaven. This is an enhanced version.
I like that Sothis shows up too. That's pretty cool.
As you can see, you team up with the mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
Sure. I think it's. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I think it could have been a little bit flashier, you know,
Now,
but
let's talk
I
about
don't
the color
dislike it at all.
It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even-numbered ones are female. However, the third, fourth, and fifth colors are, as you can see, reminiscent of the house leaders. Those of you who played the original game will of
Nice.
course understand what I'm referring to.
Yes, I'm using that Dimitri skin for sure.
The sixth color is
Okay.
based on Sothis,
Yeah.
who you just saw earlier.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the seventh and eighth variations have a different hair color, which is based on something that occurs in the course of the original game's story.
Yeah.
Didn't we see this variation in the final Smash?
Makes sense. Okay, tell me about the stage. Because the stage looks a little
Next, we'll
underwhelming
introduce the
right now,
stage.
to be honest.
For this one, we of course tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game,
Garrick Mach.
Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral all in one stage.
So no fish pond.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas.
Sure, let's see what you got.
The first area
Okay.
is the marketplace.
Yep, Dimitri, Ingrid, and
I think
Dedu.
this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue
Ingrid
Lion
doing her
House,
little.
Demitri, Dedu, and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're
Dedu.
largely from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Since it's a kingdom, that means they have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you could say Dimitri's the future king. He had quite a difficult life and may or may not end up with just one eye.
That is my
He's
favorite.
an unfortunate one, that one.
That is my favorite Fire Emblem Lord right there,
There
Dimitri.
are vendors
Hands
on
down.
either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts
Do
of
they drop
stuff,
items
but,
if you break them?
here you can break them,
Oh.
you see.
Just break them. That's a missed opportunity, I think.
If you do break them, the stage will expand to the left and right.
That's cool though.
I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background, you can see
Mr.
the guilds.
Sakurai. Yes!
You often
Yes!
in Fire Emblem 3 houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these
I didn't
areas
even
is
notice him
possible
back
thanks to this
there.
mysterious platform.
Oh,
Just
no,
when
that's
it
cool.
Seems like you've come to a
Look at
stop.
that background, man. Crash in. There's
You have come
Edelgard,
crashing back down.
Petra,
We broke
and
into the ceiling
Dorothea.
and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard.
Yeah.
They're from the Adrestian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might. Edelgard is one of the characters who is central to the conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You'll notice there are prominent chandeliers above the stage.
Yeah, you can get on top of them, looks like.
Knock them down.
That's cool.
However,
See-
Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage. You can
Nice.
reach it with other fighters, though.
I did mention earlier that I found the stage a little
So,
underwhelming.
It's nice if you can work your way
That's
up
when
there
we
by
didn't have
getting
all these
lucky
extra
and being
details of
launched
like
up,
what
and
is
perhaps
in the
by using
stages that you
another
can
fighter
interact
as a
with.
stepping stone.
It looked kind of like it was
There
just
we go.
a base,
We made it.
ow, just
And
a
you
basic
can knock it down.
stage, but there's stuff
Also,
to interact
you can
with.
break this table. Like so.
Why?
Just like the sign that reads Furin Kazan in the Suzaku Castle stage, it can break if you launch the opponent into it at close range.
Sure, I don't why, but okay, yeah, I love it.
Next up, the bridge. The camera rotates 90 degrees, creating this long area. It's very
Okay.
wide indeed.
Then we got Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. I've
similar
not
to the
played
bridge
Golden
of
Deer.
Elden Stage.
I've never used Lawrence yet,
The guests are from the
or
Golden
Claude,
Deer.
I guess
Claude,
technically.
Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance. Because it's an
Sad
alliance
Ferdinand
of many
von
noble
Ayer was
families,
not
you could say that
involved
they have
in
a wide
this.
assortment of members.
Oh, but we're gonna get
And
Sedit
Claude
in the
is
next
the
zone,
strongest
right?
of the bunch.
Sedit's in the next one, right?
Incidentally, both
I
Claude
love
and
Sedit.
Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War.
That is
the
correct.
fourth title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name over.
Sakurai throwing a little bit of
The
shade.
naming process
Little
is
bit of
tough.
shade.
Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training.
Yeah. There's some cool details
As
here.
for the bridge's design, it's just a long pathway, plain and simple.
Okay.
You can expect plenty of blows to be exchanged at the edges of the screen.
Yeah.
You could also say it's a place where the fail knot really shines. And
I'm
in
sure.
this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
That's a nice touch, actually, yeah. And of course,
The
you'll be
last
fighting
area
that
is
whole
the
time. There he is!
Only with
There's
some
my
platforms
boy!
You can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral
Lady
are
Rhea, Seteth, and Flame.
Rhea. There's Seteth, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flame. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire Emblem Three Houses. All three have character quirks related to their true identities.
Yes, I love Seteth, man.
I feel that Flame might be saying shush at this point, so I'll leave it at that. This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes.
So you got quite a while that you're in each area then. Okay.
Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike.
Yeah!
with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
Hopefully this will
That'll give
help
us
remind
precisely
people
5
too
players per side.
just how far Byleth
here
is
we
from
go,
a regular
Joker.
Fire Emblem character. Because I can definitely understand.
Joker! And Hero!
I can definitely understand the idea of
Banjo!
like,
By now, I think you know what
yeah,
I'm doing.
yeah, getting to Byleth.
But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here. But as expected,
I can
it's
definitely
going to
get
be a
that
pretty
people
tough
would be
battle,
upset
so I'm using anything I can get my hands
because it's another Fire Emblem character, right? But Byleth
gonna
is
land
so
that easy.
different moveset wise from the other. Like Byleth and Robin
Back.
are, and I guess Corrin technically are the like big different ones. Ike is very different from the others as well. But then you have like Roy, Crom, Marth, and Lucina. They are very much the same, and I get it. Like they're different. They're still
I'll use
different,
this chance to
but the
attack.
movesets are basically the same.
Got him.
So like I get it for sure, but
That's scary. He's invincible for a moment here.
I hope that people will be able to see just how different
Lots of
Byleth actually
explosives.
is
Ouch.
from the others because of the Fail Not, the Aimer, and
Perfect shield of
the
that,
Arid Bar.
Good one. If I do this, or like so. No anti-air, huh?
That works
There,
though.
the soccer ball connected.
Yeah, Byleth looks really cool.
Good. There's Mom.
Mother brain.
You're in a good spot, Mom. I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
Man, that Edge of Dawn remix.
I feel like the enemy might get this Smash Ball.
Yep.
They got it.
You can do
But
this,
it mustn't
Sakurai.
be-
You can do this, Sakurai.
I can't waste this chance.
Yeah.
There's another Smash Ball. Yes, got it.
Sakurai, unsurprisingly, is good at this
What are you
game.
charging up for?
What are you charging up for?
There's still more. Whack. Go on, you can take the hammer, but it's mine. Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state. I hit him.
Yeah, get him in the air. That's the way to do it, Sakurai.
I
I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game.
But what matters is that I won.
It can be fun to play like this, especially in tag team, so I think it's a good idea to try imposing different types of challenges on yourself. The end.
Yes.
Now,
Apex
about the
of
additional
the
music.
world. Oh, I love
Since
this
it's from
song
the Fire
so
Emblem
much.
series, we'll be adding each of the new tracks to all the Fire Emblem stages.
Yes.
There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs. are being
11.
added.
Fodlan wins. Blue skies tearing through heaven. Chasing daybreak.
This includes an arrangement of the
Oh, I don't
Japanese
see.
and English.
Apex of the World is good. Past it never crossed.
I hope
I don't see
you'll enjoy
God
this as
Shattering
well.
Star. That's unfortunate.
We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
Sure.
Sothis is legend class.
Makes sense.
Also, there's a new classic mode route, a heroic legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history.
Okay. What does that mean, though?
The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
Okay. I'm excited.
Now for the Mii Fighter costumes. Please take a look.
Okay. New Mii Fighter costumes. What do we got this time? Skyward Sword? Oh, Ezio de Auditore! Okay. Or Altair, I suppose. Yeah, but yeah. It was Assassin's Creed was my point, but yeah. Sure, that's actually a really good Mii Fighter costume. Sure. Alright. I used to really hate the rabbits, but after Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, I actually started like, what new costume? Yes! The X costume for Gunner! It looks good too, it looks really good. Yeah! .exe! That's a good Gunner outfit! All right, okay. That's a good looking Mii costume. All right. Sure. Comes with Cuphead music too. Nice. 75 cents each. I'm probably gonna want it picking up 4 out of those 5. I'll let
time
you
we're
decide
releasing
which
a
4 it
Cuphead
is.
costume.
Oh,
And for those of you who purchased the Cuphead costume, an additional song will be added.
sweet.
It's called Floral Fury,
Yeah.
and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation.
It's a good theme. It's a
I hope
very
you
good
enjoy
theme.
these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it.
Oh,
And now, onto the amiibo.
oh, we're getting a Byleth amiibo now too. Look at that Richter.
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good.
It does
doesn't
actually look really good. Yeah.
Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
I need that Richter.
And now, with the addition of Byleth, the Fighter's Pass is finally complete. The lineup was Joker, Hero,
Banjo,
and Kazooie, Terry Bogard,
Byleth.
and Byleth. From
Good-
more
good
than
picks.
70
Very good
fighters,
picks.
only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with,
I misunderstood
right
that.
from the start, we
I thought he
intended to
meant
make
they
the
had
most out of the
70
gameplay
characters they
mechanics
wanted to
themselves.
add.
There really were a lot of new mechanics. put
Yeah,
there.
there absolutely were.
When we add a new fighter, we don't simply make their attacks or their movements a little different. Instead, we try to offer you a whole
Basta,
new style
wave!
of play. As I stated,
I think they did a
we'll
good job.
continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
More fighters in development. 6 new packs?
Looks like there will be one more fighter than
6
last
more
time.
characters coming.
For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown.
Nice.
So please keep
December
an eye out.
31st.
And now that it's official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it.
Oh, you better believe
Furthermore,
I am.
the new
Sakurai.
additions have already been decided. Even if I receive many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
But I still hope you'll
Who
look
are
forward
6
to
new
it.
fighters gonna be, man?
We're also including a bonus with Fighters Pass Volume 2.
Really?
Last time, it was a Rex costume.
Yeah.
But this time, here's what we have.
It's a cool looking Link costume. Oh,
It's a Mii
ancient
Fighter
armor.
costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear
Okay,
from
yeah.
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the
I was
Wild.
gonna say, I thought we already had that costume. That's why I paused.
This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2.
It's a cool looking costume. Lastly,
It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest selling fighting game in the world. Personally, I don't know if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I guess it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
yeah. Is it a fighting game?
Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2,
Yeah.
or 6 to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds.
Yeah.
Plus, there's the arcade versions and the 25 ports to other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for. Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for
That's fair.
discussion.
That's super fair,
So, who
Sakurai.
knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is #1.
Congratulations.
Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely.
Sure.
Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters.
I'm sure.
The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC, which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sakurai. So, yeah, I'm super jazzed for Byleth. I understand there are going to be people that are not super jazzed for Byleth, that are upset that it's another Fire Emblem character. But Byleth is so different from the rest of the Fire Emblem characters that I think you should be able to look past the series that he's from, or they are from, since it's both, and be able to appreciate the moveset, whether you care about the character or not. I think a lot of people got upset when Corrin was added, and I don't even like Corrin as a character, but Corrin's moveset was very different, and so a lot of people that never play Fire Emblem played Corrin just because the moveset was good. I think this will be another case of that, where people that don't even know who Byleth is will play Byleth, because Byleth's moveset looks really good. That said, I still kind of wish it was Dante, but I'm really hype. I'm very excited. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think one thing, and Andrew was talking about this earlier, I think one thing that we forget about is that we as the internet hype ourselves up. We get excited and we want this character, that character, this character, that character. And so then when it's a character like Byleth that honestly should have been like clear as day to everybody that it was going to be Byleth, 3 for 3 houses, Nintendo chose these characters, Fire Emblem 3 Houses is like the most popular game that Nintendo made last year. It really should have been obvious, and we were all on the Dante and everything else train. So, please give Byleth a chance, is what I'm asking. If you don't like 3 Houses and you don't like Fire Emblem. But if you do, I'm sure that you're excited as well. There are other characters that I would have liked from 3 Houses more than Byleth, but I'm still very excited. But until next time, I've been Trey. This has been the Full Spectrum. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Smash! I offer.